and welcome. My name is Lola, and in this video we're gonna be talking about emotions and how to widen our vocabulary instead of using head, bed, sad, mad. Head is not emotion, but it rhymes with mad and sad. And this video was your request, so thank you for your comments and your ideas. And we will start with anger. Anger. We have different stages of anger. I will start with a very low level when, first thing was done wrong and it gets you irritated. When we're irritated, we already like a little bit angry, like something is off. Like I'm irritated because he forgot to send me the email, or somebody's doing something irritating that makes us irritated. Interesting thing, irritated. Have you noticed how I pronounce it? Fast, flap D, not irritated, but this T is placed in between two vowel sounds. It's irritated, irritated. The next level of being irritated, I would say to be pissed off. This one is very informal, but very popular. A lot of people are using it, saying, oh my God, don't piss me off. Like, don't make me angry. You pissed me off. You made me very upset, very angry. And sometimes people even forget to say the particle off and they say, ooh, Jeremy's pissed. Meaning like he's so mad. Like usually when we're talking about a person of higher status, let's say a teacher, your manager, your parent, you can piss this person off. Like, mom is pissed off. Like, I saw Greg, he's pissed. Like someone did something and now he's mad. And after being irritated and pissed off, if things keep going wrong, you will get furious. So when you're furious, you're very angry, you're very mad. I think about this creature like a witch who's like, like a fury. She's furious, he is furious. Like he's openly angry, he's openly mad. He's like about to breathe out fire. You're fired! That's so funny. Fired. What a coincidence. I just noticed that. But if you're furious, you will probably fire somebody or like, yeah! You're very angry. So when somebody is furious, it will make somebody very fearful. And once again, we'll start from the bottom. When you're fearful, but you're not yet very fearful, you're just a little bit afraid of something. And this word, when you anxious, I know people say anxious relating to stress, to worry, but I know that the core of it is fear, like when when you're afraid of something, it makes you anxious. Like, you're like anxious. Ooh, everybody knows the word anxiety, when it gives me an anxiety, like, oh, can you close the door? Oh my God, let's call him. I'm so afraid he will miss our meeting. Anxious person. In my imagination, it's still a fearful person, but you see the shade of it. And if you're very fearful, if you're full of fear, you're terrified. Terrified is when you're openly afraid of something, something is scary happening, you're terrified. Maybe it could be not that big of a deal for other people, but for you, it's terrifying, Public speaking for somebody could be terrifying. I'm terrified. I gotta speak in front of 1,000 people, for example. Or she's terrified that somebody would find out her secret, She doesn't want it so much. She's so afraid of it. Like, please don't tell anybody. I'm terrified. And another shade of fear is to be petrified. When you're petrified, you're very, very frightened. Like you could imagine a person with this pale face, you know. He's petrified. She's petrified. Halloween. I hate scary rooms, you know? I think they can make me petrified. So this word, as Google just showed me, comes from Greek. And in Greek, petra is a stone. So when you're petrified, you're literally so frightened that you can't move. Like you're physically becoming a stone, you know? You're petrified. You can't move. You're a stone in the Greek. So now let's talk about confusion. When you're confused, and let's say you're tired, you can really feel disoriented. Not necessarily when you're tired, but I feel sometimes you don't have energy to understand things and you just feel very disoriented. Or someone's explanation is not clear. Some directions that are not clear, you don't understand what's what, who's who. I feel so disoriented. I'm confused. And the next level of that would be to be feeling perplexed. I like this word, perplexed, because it's not only describes confusion, it also describes a little bit of sadness, you know. When I think about being perplexed, I'll give you a rhyme. I think about a complex situation. When something is so complex, it makes you perplexed. You know, when there's so much going on, so many details or so many conditions, and they all overwhelm you, so you could feel perplexed. It's almost like you're sitting under all of that, and all of these things are above you, pressing you, so you perplexed under them. That's my visual. I don't know if it will help you, but it's a very good word to use. Like, I feel perplexed. You're expressing that you're confused, you're tired, you're overwhelmed. You're disoriented. It's all in this word. And another cool word, bewildered. When you're confused, you could be bewildered. And I love this song. We cannot include it because of the copyrights, but practically it goes like, bewitched, bothered, and bewildered. And she's singing about being bewildered by love, you know, bewitched, that somebody put a spell on her, so she's now bewildered. She doesn't know what's up, you know. She surprises herself with her reactions and emotions, and sometimes we fall in love and we're bewildered by it. We're like, I really like this guy. Oh my God, I'm so bewildered. Or you could be bewildered by the sudden change of plans, change in the events of your life. You know, you become bewildered. So it has nothing to do with wild, right? You're not bewildered, you're not becoming wild. You're bewildered, you are losing the course of things. So when you're totally confused, you're bewildered. If we're digging deep in the etymology of this word, you know, when something leads you astray, when you're going, like, let's say that's your path and you're going straight, and then something leads you astray out of the course of your path, out of the course where you were following, you know, wilder. So bewildered, that meaning that something took you off the path of your life, of the course of events, out of clarity. You know, when you knew that after A goes B and after B goes C, and then somebody comes into your life and like ZYRPBD, and that's Kanye West. And now we're gonna jump into sadness, and I wanna give you the word that both has some features of being confused and being sad. That's the word to be distressed. When you're distressed, you're very upset, you're very sad, and you're also confused. And interesting that this word has stress in it. So I like to think about this word like you've been through a lot of stress and that made you distressed. That's not the direct explanation of this word. It's just my imagination. It has nothing to do with etymology of this word. So somebody who's suffering from anxiety, sorrow, pain, he's very sad, he's overwhelmed, he's perplexed, he would be distressed. And sometimes this word distressed is also used to describe circumstances and even neighborhoods. On Youglish, you could see the examples of people using this word, saying like some low-income, distressed neighborhoods, meaning that they're not very affluent neighborhoods that didn't have much sources. Or even a piece of furniture can be distressed, meaning it will have some signs of wear, let's say a wooden floor that has marks on it, that's kind of looks old, is distressed. So the person could have the same kind of feeling. Another good one to describe sadness would be to be heartbroken. It's very poetic, I think, and self-explanatory once again. She felt heartbroken. And when something breaks your heart, it could be a person or circumstance, something happens, you just feel heartbroken, you don't have this energy, you feel down, I'm feeling down. It's a very good informal way of saying that you're very sad, you have no energy. You are heartbroken, she felt heartbroken by him leaving her. And it's not only about the relationships that we would use this word, but I like the whole idea of having the word heart in it, It could be anything where you invested yourself. Let's say your pet or even your work. Let's say you were working on a project. It was so important to you. It was like, as people say, it's my baby. They're talking about the project or my pet project. Like, I love it so much. And let's say it got canceled or, somebody stole it or something happened and I felt heartbroken. When your heart is in it and something is not working out, it makes you sad, it makes you heartbroken. Not necessarily about a relationship, about anything that you feel invested with your heart in. And the biggest form of sadness is to be devastated. When you're devastated, you feel like it's the end of the world, I felt, let me give you an example. When did I feel devastated in my life? Oh, I don't want to give you, something happened actually this year and I felt devastated. Like I will start crying anyways. It's all good right now. I'm just emotional. It's devastated, but now I feel good. So that was devastating, but now it's good. That gives high ratings. Okay. It was an act. No, it wasn't. Anyways. All right, all good now. And now the last, but not the least, the emotion of excitement. Ooh, I love this emotion. And the very first level of it would be to say, I'm thrilled. And interesting that before learning this word, I thought that thrilled is not a good word, thrill, like you kind of see thriller, but actually it's a good one. When you thrilled, it means that something is brewing inside you. It's before the excitement, you're thrilled. Oh my God, I'm thrilled. So something catches your attention, catches you, and you're like, I'm thrilled. Something is about to happen, usually something exciting. So when you're thrilled, oh, I'm happy for you, something is happening. You could be thrilled about upcoming vacation. You could be thrilled about meeting somebody or doing something that you like. I'm thrilled. What I'm thrilled about? I'm thrilled about seeing my family. I'm thrilled. And another one about excitement is a big one. To feel exhilarated. Exhilarated. I felt exhilarated when I got my working visa to the United States. Like I felt exhilarated. This word has not only excitement in it, it also has a lot of energy in it. You know, when you're so excited, it gives you energy. And I like, exhale. Like exhilarated is fulfilled with energy to do things because you're so excited, you're so happy. I felt exhilarated. I did, and I do sometimes now. What actually, like a good project and success at some of your accomplishments, I feel like it makes you feel exhilarated because you know that more is coming. You're like, oh, let's do this. Like, interesting enough, when we're excited in the moment, we usually don't comment on that. We don't say, I am exhilarated, right? Because usually in the moment, we actually use super simple words like, I'm so happy, yes, woohoo, high five, we did it. And when afterwards we're describing events to somebody, to my journal or something, you could say, I felt exhilarated, they were exhilarated, like she was exhilarated. So if you're asking, like, when do you use it? You usually use it as a descriptive thing about what happened in the past. It doesn't mean you can't use it in the moment. It's just, such a sophisticated word. You could say, I'm exhilarated. You could say that. But chances are you'll be so excited when you're exhilarated that you don't have time to even say this word. You're like, ah! And another one, very good one, that I want to end with today is when you feel elated. And elated is kind of similar to exhilarated. They even sound similar. But the only difference is when you feel elated, this feeling is connected to like deep feeling of joy and satisfaction. I would say less energy, because when you're exhilarated, it's energy. It's like, ah! When you're elated, I feel like you've accomplished something and it brings you to the next level. And what I like to think about, it's kind of a cheat trick. When you elevate it, when something elevates you, picks you off the ground because you're like, you're elated. You're kind of above of everything. You're so joyful and satisfied, so you're elated. He was elated that he was accepted into his first choice university. Probably it's a feeling of excitement and accomplishment all together. And he felt elated. And once again, you would not probably use it in a moment, even though you can. For example, oh my God, Sasha is elated right now. She got this message. She got accepted into the kitchen. We have a small kitchen. Anyways, I'm joking. That was a joke. It has nothing to do with kitchen. But I think you got the point. The example with university is a good one. Well, that was a very emotional video. And I'm an emotional person, and I love the question because we were talking about emotions. If you like that one, or you have similar requests or other requests that are not similar to this one, but that are very interesting to you, let us know in comments and we'll be happy to make a video for you. My name is Lola. If you want to practice speaking English, download our app and practice all these words that we were discussing today in a special pack that you can find in our pronunciation section. And of course, subscribe to our channel if you don't want to miss our next videos. And me probably crying, not anymore. Just laughing and being elated and exhilarated. See you soon.